Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out what signs will you see before your life is about to transform for better. So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's find out what signs will you see before your life is about to transform. So the cards that came out for you guys are a change in the wind. Then we have fertility. Archangel Raziel, which says wisdom, inspiration, Akashic records. And don't dim to fit in, which says how are you dimming your light in order to fit in. All right. There might be some number synchronicities which you start noticing before your life is about to transform, such as 1010, 333, 1212. 123 might also be a pattern that you notice. 111, and sometimes even, and I just heard, just triple zeros for that matter. There might be the arrival of a woman who is either significantly or slightly older than you in age before your life is about to transform. And she'll actually prove to be very helpful for you. I don't think this is someone whom you're already related to. So I don't think it's your mom or sister or your cousin or anyone like that. It is the arrival of a new female figure in your life. She will be very affectionate towards you. She might be very motherly towards you. She might actually help you to tap into your divine feminine. She might help you to really harness that energy within yourself. This woman is going to play a significant role in helping you understand what all is it that you're actually capable of and which you couldn't see before. So in some way, I feel like this is a woman who will help you, who will wake you up rather, and help you see your true potential. There might be a change of place before your life transforms. You might move out of your current home or hometown or city or state and move to a different city or state or place. I feel like the move is big. I don't think it is something as simple as switching homes within the same city, because I feel like wherever it is that you move to from here, wherever it is that you are right now, there might be a lot of climatic or weather differences between both the places. And so I don't think that it is a place that is in the vicinity of wherever it is that you're living right now. I do feel like it's a tad bit far off. You might start feeling a pull towards places like wildlife reserves, nature reserves, forests in general. Even if you're a couch potato, you might feel this urge within you to go trekking, hiking, to go to forests. You might even get into things like fantasy literature, anime, fantasy art, and things like that. You might feel consumed by this urge to perhaps even create pin boards on Pinterest that are full of fantasy art and stuff like that. Another interesting message that's coming across for this group is that someone might gift you a book which is an old classic. So it's a famous book. It's a book that has been circulating since ages, but you've just never read it. Maybe you aren't that big of a bookworm, but somebody will gift that book to you. It won't be a used copy, by the way. It won't be like a second-hand thing. It's just that it's a classic novel, a classic piece of literature that somebody will be gifting to you. If you buy it yourself, it's not a sign. Somebody will be giving it to you. You might also start noticing, group 1, that your dreams are getting more weird. Maybe you already do get weird dreams, and these are just more weird or weirder than usual. You might find yourself, in those dreams of yours, you might see yourself in places, in settings that seem very surreal. You've never been to those places before. Upon waking up, even if you're able to recollect the whole dream, you might still not be able to identify exactly what that place was, because it definitely did not seem like any city that you've ever been to. The way the people were dressed, maybe even the language that they were speaking, it was all very alien for you, it was all very foreign for you. You might start getting attracted all of a sudden towards three colors in particular: green, white, and pink. And this message is particularly for those of you who usually prefer to wear darker colors like blues, blacks, or purples, even sometimes. So you will feel yourself getting pulled towards the colors green, white, and pink a lot more. If at all you have any people pleasing tendencies right now, or if at all you have difficulties in confidently being yourself, confidently, authentically expressing yourself, you will see that not only is your self confidence going up, but also you're not compromising anymore. You're not being, you're not afraid of not being in agreement with people anymore. You're not going around saying yes to everybody anymore just because, oh, what if they get offended, or what if they don't like it? You will stop bothering about any of that. You will learn how to put in boundaries in place. You will learn how to stand up for yourself. You will learn how to say no to people. And you will learn how not to fall into peer pressure. Especially if it's something that you have experienced in the past, you'll stop doing that. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 1. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and we have the Four of Pentacles. I love how we have two tens underneath each other. So definitely a lot of you might start noticing 1010 as synchronicity. Okay. So this again is in sync with the last message that we got for you, wherein you will learn how to stand up for yourself and set boundaries and all of that, and learn how to say no to people. So the Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles are pretty much in alignment with it. If currently you're somebody who is a spendthrift, you love spending, you perhaps even buy things impulsively, and then maybe later on you regret those purchases, you will start noticing that you are feeling a lot of interest or feeling called to study as much as possible about things like stock markets, SIPs, mutual funds, and stuff like that. You will want to learn how to grow your money, how to invest your money, how to save your money, things like that. You'll also start noticing that you are consciously slowing down, and for the first time in your life, you're actually okay with it. It does not matter to you how far ahead, relatively speaking, somebody is of you. You're not competing anymore. You are, in fact, unwinding, like I said, relaxing your nervous system, consciously slowing down, and all of that. You will also notice over here with the Ten of Cups, and especially if you live in a family or you live in an environment which currently is very chaotic, someone or the other is always fighting amongst themselves, someone or the other is always bickering about something, all of those energies will also fade away. The people that you live with or the people that you are usually surrounded by are just getting along much better than ever before. And so you'll notice an increase in the love, harmony, peace, and cooperation around you, especially within the four walls of your house. If you live with somebody, your partner, kids, or your parents, siblings, you'll start noticing that the home environment is becoming very conducive actually for your growth. It's becoming very harmonious, very peaceful. You are looking forward to coming back home because the vibe, the energy that's awaiting you is just so welcoming and peaceful and all of that. If you're someone who has trouble confronting people, if you're someone who has trouble calling out someone's bullshit, you'll start noticing that that is fading away. Going forward, you are not hesitating one bit to call out someone. You're not hesitating one bit to, tell someone to their face that they're wrong and that you're right. That hesitation has gone away from you. It has been replaced by courage. It has been replaced by a resolute faith or a resolute belief in yourself that you know what you're talking about and you know that you're right and nobody can prove otherwise. And definitely some of you might also get pregnant, by the way, with virility over here in the 10 of Cups. For some of you, you might get pregnant with twins or triplets. For some of you, I mean. But for a lot of you, and especially if this is something that you want or are planning for your future, I feel like the birth of your child might actually mark the beginning of a very transformative, positive period for you. And not just because you've become a parent, but also, I mean, as an individual also, for your journey, for your growth. All right, group one. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 2, if you guys chose a second image, let's take a look at your oracle cards first to find out what signs will you notice when your life is about to transform for the better. So the cards that came out for you are by the book. Then we have accelerated motion, shamanic healer, which says cleansing attunement, and Pleiades, which says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay, be prepared to see more of 1111 in case you don't already. It might also be 111, 888, 1818, 1717. You might meet someone who shakes your hand, and when they shake your hand, you might see that they have a tattoo of an inverted or an upright triangle on their arm. You might be visited in your dreams by some passed away loved one of yours, by some ancestor of yours. It's also highly likely that whoever this ancestor is who visits you in your dreams, group 2, might be someone whom you've never met. Like you've only seen that person in photographs because they had passed away way before you were born. So like some great grandparent or grand aunt, uncle of yours, something like that. If there currently is any friend, relative, or family member whom you're not on good terms with, you will be reconciling with that person. They will approach you for that reconciliation. They will reach out and try to make amends with you. You might see a shooting star, especially if it is something that is not very common or not very commonly spotted, at least in the area where you live. This is not going to happen when you are specially out for stargazing. In that case, it won't count because it's a special sign. It'll happen perhaps even right above your house. You don't even have to leave your house. You haven't really gone anywhere. It's just that it's a clear sky and you happen to look up and lo and behold, there it was, a shooting star. So something like that. You might experience more of the phenomena of, like when you're dreaming sometimes and you feel like you're falling, or when you're sleeping, but then your body goes into a jolt. While there is a scientific explanation behind it, which somebody shared with me a few days ago, but in your case, especially, and because we're discussing about signs that you'll notice when your life is about to transform, there will be an increase in such episodes. There will be an increase in such incidents. If there's anyone whom you have any resentment, towards whom you have any resentment in your heart, someone whom you simply haven't been able to forgive, no matter how much you tried, you'll notice that before your life is about to transform, it's almost as if all of a sudden you woke up one day and that person or whatever it is that they did to you, it just does not matter anymore at all. They could be standing right in front of you, but you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't say anything. You wouldn't even feel any emotion because suddenly that's just how insignificant they are. And this might actually be something that you've been carrying with you. This might be some pain that you've been carrying with you for a really long time now. It could have been a fallout or something, or maybe some deception or something that you underwent, and it's been a really long time. And currently, each time you think about that person, your blood boils, and you just keep asking, oh, when will that person get karma for what they did to me? But then, like I said, when your life is about to transform, you will notice this internal cleansing of sorts, very, very powerful healing. Around that time, you might be lazier than usual, you might be sleepier than usual, you might have difficulties concentrating on your day to day activities, you might just feel like sleeping the whole day. But like I said, once that phase passes, you'll realize that you don't have that pain in you anymore. That person does not matter anymore. What they did does not matter anymore. You might also feel increasingly pulled towards certain things, such as caring about old people or underprivileged children, or newborn children who require neonatal care and things like that. So you might find yourself being very pulled towards organizations or websites that are actively, in any case, working towards all of these things, and you will want to become a part of all of that. You might randomly receive an email from some such organization asking for your help, asking for your contribution. You might even randomly cross paths with someone who seems as if they don't belong to today's time and age. And I can't really explain this well, but so if you watch a lot of movies, you might know what I'm talking about. How it often happens that someone who has time traveled, they just do not fit in with the rest of the crowd, right? They seem like they might not particularly seem like they're lost or confused, but the way they're behaving or what it is that they're wearing definitely feels a bit out of place. So I'm not saying that you will cross paths with a time traveler, but it sure might seem like that. You might also cross paths with someone who very randomly, just starts telling you about your life, what happened in the past, and possibly even what might happen in the future. So let's say you are taking the train to some place, and a person randomly comes and sits next to you. You look at them, you smile, they look at you, they give that nod, and then they just start rambling. Oh, so this is where you live, and this is what happened with you, and I can see that this is what might happen with you next. And then before you get time to register all of this, they've already uh, you know left at the next station. So yeah, just something very random like that. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles. So yes, you will notice an increase in your generosity. If currently you're someone who really pinches their money, if currently you're someone who has a hard time parting with their money, that will not be the case anymore. Like I said, you will feel pulled towards contributing as much as you can to certain causes. There will definitely be reconciliation with someone whom you're currently not in touch with, but it just does not seem romantic, honestly speaking. I feel like it's more platonic. So like some ex-friend, or a friend, like I said, family member or relative whom you've currently had a fallout from. If there ever was a male member of your family who had an untimely death, you might be visited by them in your dreams. There will for sure be certain karmic cycles which close out before this transformation kicks in, with the Ten of Swords over here. And I feel like what I was talking about earlier, feeling all of this fatigue and all of that, might actually be indicative of not just the transformation that's about to kick in, but also these karmic cycles that you'll be closing out. You might receive communication from someone whom you haven't spoken to in almost 3 years. All right. Now, I don't know who ghosted whom, or maybe it was, just something that fizzled out. But whoever this is, somebody whom you haven't spoken with in over 3 years, that person is going to reach out on their own. I can also see that you might receive an offer for some collaboration, or if you're someone, and especially if you are a creator of some sort and you've never really collaborated with anybody before, this time around, whoever it is that's reaching out to you, you will willingly agree for it. You will willingly say yes to it, and you will collaborate. Oh, by the way, there will also be an increase in your finances when your life is transforming. And there might actually be one or two more additional sources of income that get added in your kitty. And so, definitely, if currently finances are something that you're struggling with, that will cease to happen before your life is transforming. In fact, it's quite possible that from the time when you start getting an additional source of income, or the time when you start noticing that, oh, suddenly now my monthly income has doubled or tripled, that in itself might be, like the starting of the transformative period of your life. All right, group 2. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you guys chose the third image, let's find out first, using your oracle cards, what signs will you see when your life is transforming for the better. So the cards that came out for you are a leg up. Then we have discontent and boredom. Angels of the 7 chakras, which says power, truth, connection. And we have Council of Light, which says divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So this is interesting. We have a leg up for you over here. And now from this deck also, we have helpers in the subtle realms. One more thing. I, of course, don't know how old you are right now, but in case you are in the 34th or 35th year of your life, or if it's close, then those years of your life might mark the beginning of the transformative period of your life. I mean, from the time you turn 34, life will get better. Like from the time you turn 35, life will get better, like that. So there are some number synchronicities, of course, over here that have come up. We have 34, 35. In general, you might see numbers in an ascending pattern, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, 11, 12, 13, like that. Of course, you might see a lot of repeating. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5 can be in reverse also. You might see 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, like that. You might see lots of readings on your feed, or maybe even on YouTube, considering that you're someone who gets a lot of tarot suggestions. Readings that are especially on the topics of which chakra needs healing, or which chakra of yours is out of alignment, and stuff like that. You might see a lot of rainbows before your life is transforming. And how you'll know that it is for sure a sign is because you might actually see a rainbow even though it didn't rain. And it might be really faint for some of you. Like, if you don't really focus, you might not even see it, but it is there. And some of you might even see twin rainbows, like one rainbow and then another one behind it, or something like that. You might be invited by someone to go on a journey towards a colder place, like going to hill stations in the winters or something, mountains and stuff. But it's not a plan that you have made. It's a plan that someone else has made, and they're asking you to tag along. If you make it, then that's not a sign. If there is a problem that you've been struggling with, group 3, then suddenly someone might come in your life who has just the right answer or just the right solution for you. This person might actually even want to help you out with your problem by giving you any investment if that's what's needed, maybe some logistical support if that's what's needed, some advice if that's what's needed. Whatever it is, basically, whatever support it is you're looking for will come to you in the help of a person. This might be someone who is in the same field as you, but just more experienced. And so they know their way around stuff, and this person will be helping you out. If you're someone who has a very difficult time when you try to sit down to meditate, or if you're someone who finds it very difficult to really quieten your mind and tune out all of the noise, you'll start noticing that meditation and sitting in peace and just getting lost in that trance and focusing, all of that is becoming very, very easy for you. Suddenly it's like you sit and within 5 minutes you're in a deep meditative state. When you snap out of it, of course, it might seem very surreal, very good, of course, but also very surreal, and it might not make sense to you, because here you were just, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, and you found it so difficult and you gave it up altogether, and then you tried again after 2 weeks, and lo and behold, it's almost as if you've been doing it for ages and you're some yogi or something. So that's that. I can also see that in general, your spirit guides and your angels might become more talkative than usual when your life is about to transform. So there might actually be an increase, a lot of increase, like the frequency will just be through the roof of the signs and synchronicities that you get from these helpers of yours in the subtle realms, so to speak. You might notice stars or planets in alignment. And it might not be something that you're aware of. Like, you might not be the kind of person who keeps a tab on moon calendars and stuff, so you might not really know when such cosmic events are about to happen. But it might simply be like, you're out taking a stroll and then you just happen to look up at the night sky and you can see perfectly that there are some stars or planets that are in alignment. So like that. I can also see that things that you are currently very passionate about might suddenly become very boring for you. You might also notice that all of a sudden there are a lot of thoughts, people, and even situations that are just not making sense to you anymore. They're just not as interesting to you as they were before. It's almost as if overnight you've outgrown all of that. You've outgrown all of those belief patterns. You've outgrown those people. And like I said, you've even outgrown those passions. Now you're looking for something else. Now you want something else. And I feel like the reason why it might be indicative of your transformation kicking in is because it's actually a sign that you are elevating. And because you're elevating, anything that is no longer in alignment with you, you are not going to take it up with you. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 3. We have the Page of Wands, the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the 10 of Wands. Okay. Some of you might win the lottery. You might win a national or international level competition, game, or exam, or you might get a position which had a lot of contenders. In fact, for a few of you, maybe it legit was a lucky draw, and for a bumper prize or something, and you are the one who wins, even when you were least expecting it. And especially if you are coming from a place of, oh, as if I'll ever get it. I've always been so unlucky and stuff like that. But then you're the one who gets it. You might also notice more cats coming to your doorstep if they don't already. If they do, then that's another thing. If cats already do come to your doorstep, you might actually find kittens. Okay, like the cat might have left her kittens at your doorstep, something like that. But if you are somebody who is not frequented by cats, then you might start noticing an increase in, it might either be just one cat who has started frequenting your house a lot, it might be multiple cats, and like I said, you might actually find kittens, either kittens that have been left in your yard or something by a cat, or let's say you're randomly walking down the street and you see a cardboard box lying on the side and you peep in and you find kittens in it. So that might also happen. If you're the kind of person who really struggles with making the first move, you hesitate a lot and you fear a lot about, like, oh, what if I fail? That is going to shift to, and especially if you've heard that quote, what if I fail, but oh, what if you try? So there will be a shift in that mindset of yours. Instead of worrying about failure, you'll actually be okay with trying. And I don't see you failing, honestly, because we do have the Six of Wands over here. If there is anyone whom you suspect of ever having lied to you, cheated on you, or betrayed you by any chance, but you're not sure because you don't have any concrete proof, the proof might be handed over to you. Either that person will come clean themselves with a confession and tell you what they're done, or you might get to know from somebody else. Basically, whatever last piece of puzzle you needed to close out that chapter will be given to you so that you can close out that chapter. If currently you're someone who struggles a lot with taking responsibilities, or you are someone who consciously or subconsciously runs away from their responsibilities, if you're someone who just tries to, push all the tasks to a later date, then that'll stop happening. You'll be okay with your share of responsibilities, you'll be okay with your share of tasks, and you will notice that there is suddenly an increase in your strength, your vigor, your stamina, even though you haven't made any changes to your workout routine, you haven't made any changes to your diet, you haven't made any changes to your lifestyle. Yet suddenly it's like, you are functioning on 4-5 cups of coffee that way. I can also see over here, if, let me just see. Okay. So if you're someone who struggles with multitasking, or if you're someone who feels comfortable doing one thing at a time, that might change. You might actually challenge yourself. Let me see if I can do, let's say, 2-3 things at once. Let me see if I can manage a side business along with my 9 to 5, stuff like that. And guys, when I paused, I heard drums beating in the distance. So that might be something that you also hear as a sign of the beating of drums when your life is about to transform. All right, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.